Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the vibe shift before anyone said a word? That's not paranoia, that's your intuition reading the energy of the room faster than people can hide it. And if you don't know how to use this skill, then you will miss out on red flags, green lights, as well as any opportunities that are standing right in front of you. Hello everybody, I am Vaishali Nikhade. I am an engineer turned psychic with over 9,000 readings, and I show you how you can leverage the power of the spirit, aka intuition, and the power of the stars to create momentum in your life. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can step into a room or still be at the entrance of the room and sense the energy of the room so that you know what sections of the room you need to avoid, where opportunities lie for you, and where there are, say, red flags or green lights. So stick around until the end, and I'm going to show you real life examples of how reading a room plays out. Plus, you will be able to leverage this ability for yourself, whether you walk into a party and you don't know anyone, or whether you are walking into a conference room for an interview, or whether you're just walking into some sort of a family meeting or a family gathering and you want to kind of figure out where you need to focus your attention. So here's what you're going to learn in this video. Sorting a room according to the mood. The dominant person sets the tone in the group, sensing the power dynamics in the group. Your intuition kicks into gear if you need to be involved, and your next steps when you step into any unknown group or party. So let's get started. The first point is sorting a room according to the mood. So think that you're walking into a party and you don't know anyone, and you kind of want to just scan how the energy of the room is going to be. Before we go there, I'm just going to give you a parallel example so that you can understand the basis or the concept, and then we'll move on to how you can scan the energy of the room. All right, so let's say that this is the room and we're still looking at the physical dimension. So this is the room, and I'm just going to section it into, let's say, 6 parts. The room is divided into 6 parts, and in every part of the room there is a group, and let's say that this one is happy. All right, so let's say that this group is happy, the one over here. They are all smiling and having fun and laughing, and this group is also happy and they're all smiling and having fun and laughing. And let's just assume that this group is also happy, but this group is double happy. They're having a lot of fun, and these two are just happy. Now let's say that this group is sad. So you see that maybe they are kind of serious or sad, and this group is also serious or sad, and this group is let's say neutral. So I'm just going to put an N for neutral. So now if I show you a picture and if I write the words, say happy, sad, sad, neutral, happy, and extremely happy, then you can scan this room physically with your eyes or with your physical senses, and you can say that, okay, this section of the room is happy, this section of the room is sad, this section of the room is serious, this section of the room is having a lot of fun. So that is, you're using your physical senses in order to be able to scan the room. So now when you walk in and you're sensing the energy of the room, you're not really using your physical senses as much. You're using more of your intuition, which is not really a physical sense, but it's a sense of the spirit. And just like you could make out on that piece of paper that I just drew, happy, sad, extremely sad, or serious and extremely happy, your intuition can actually pick up which section of the room is happy, which section of the room is sad, and which section of the room is having a lot of fun. And all it takes for your intuition to diagnose this is just like maybe a moment or two. So let's say that you're at the entrance of the room. So this is the party, and let's say you're at the entrance of the room. Just by just being at the entrance and slowing down, if you take a moment, you can scan the entire room, divide it into those 6 sections, and then you can kind of sort these people into different moods. Say one group is happy, one group is having a lot of fun, and so on. And all these signals are picked up by your intuition. However, it is also possible to know this in advance, and the way to know this in advance is using the Cosmic Chronicle, which essentially shows you how the energy of the week is going to be. And if the energy of the week is going to be happy and you're going to that party, and it's going to be like a party which makes you happy, or something happens in that party which makes you happy, then you can kind of know in advance. So then you have the physical evidence because you see it with your eyes. You can definitely spot happy people in a room. And you have the energetic evidence, which is your intuition is picking up that, okay, this group is kind of happy, but it's kind of faked happiness. This group is genuinely happy and this group is super happy. So where do I want to be? And you can choose where you want to be, whether you want to be with the fake happy people or the genuinely happy people or the extremely happy people. And what the Cosmic Chronicle does is it tells you in advance that you're going to be going to a party, and you may come across a group where you will meet someone which can lead you to your next step, whether you're looking for work, whether you're looking for a relationship, or whatever it is that you are looking for. So go ahead and put in the comments below if you have ever scanned the room at the entrance and decided that, okay, this group is kind of faking it, so I'm not going to go over to this group, I'm going to this group which looks genuinely happy. All right, so now we move to the second point, which is the dominant person sets the tone in the group. So every group, let's assume for the sake of this example, every group has 4 or 5 people. And out of those 4 or 5 people, you will notice that one person is maybe the leader, or he is the most dominant person, and you can notice his behavior, the way he's speaking, the way he's carrying himself, and the way he's commanding authority, that this person is the one setting the energy in this group. It could be a he or a she, but I just said he for the sake of convenience, let's say. So you can notice this person setting the energy of the group, and everybody else is kind of following. So you can also tell that he is leading the conversation and everybody else is just following the conversation. And once again, your intuition is going to pick this up right from the entrance. So let's say you are at the entrance here and you spot this group 1, and in this group your intuition is going to pick up that, okay, in this group person number 1 is the most dominant person setting the energy of the group. If you look over here, you have group number 2 and you see this is the lady, there's a lady over there, and this lady is setting the energy of the group. Now, one other thing is, as psychic, I read a lot of people, and some of them want to know that, whether they should go to this party or this conference or that conference, because they want to kind of be able to go to their next step, whether it is meeting the right person or it is kind of looking for the next contract or next job. Then they want to know if they're going to meet someone at the party. So essentially what the Cosmic Chronicle does is it gives you notice in advance that, hey, listen, if you go to this party, then you are likely to meet this person who can indirectly lead you to your next job offer or your next contract, and so on. So the link to sign up for the Cosmic Chronicle is below, and you can sign up for the Cosmic Chronicle and essentially know what to expect every week. So we move on to the next point, which is sensing the power dynamics in the group. Now, I showed you how being at the entrance, step 1 was to sense the energy of the entire room. Like for instance, let's say you're going to a party versus you're going to a funeral, you will see that the energy is very different. In one case, the energy is more happy, and in the other case, the energy is more sad. The next step was to see who the dominant person was in each group. And now that you know who the dominant person is in this group, you're still at the entrance of the room and you're just using your intuition to be able to collect all this data or gather all this information. But now that you know who the dominant person in the group is, you're going to see how others are responding to this dominant person. Or you can say you're looking at the power dynamics. Is that one person just talking and talking and talking and the others are getting bored? Or is the one person talking something so interesting that everybody is listening with curiosity? Or that one person is asking for people's opinion and everyone is giving their opinion? So still being at the entrance, you can kind of find out what the dynamics is in terms of power as far as that group is concerned. And before you decide whether or not you should walk over to that group, you have already kind of scanned it with your intuition as well as your physical senses. I have another video on intuition and how it works, and I'm going to link that in the comments below. So we move on to the next point, which is your intuition kicks into gear if you need to be involved. So like I mentioned before, some people, before they go to this large group or large party or large conference, they want to know what's in it for them. Essentially, they kind of are predetermining in advance if it is worth it for them to be able to go there and get whatever it is that they're wanting out of it, whether it is knowledge, whether it is a meeting, whether it is something else. So you're still at the entrance of the room and you scanned a lot of things. You scanned the mood of the room, you scanned who is setting the dominant energy in the group, and you also scanned what the power dynamics is. So now you have to figure out which group do you want to be involved in. Essentially, you're looking for an opportunity for yourself. You definitely don't want to waste your time and just be in a group when one person is talking and others are yawning, they're getting bored, and so on. Or in a group where the energy is very, very serious and you kind of came there for fun and not to get bored or not to be in a serious mood. So you know what to avoid just by scanning the energy of the room. So once you know what to avoid, let's say you kick off half the section that you're avoiding, group 1, group 2, and group 3. So now you have group 4, group 5, and group 6. And let's say all of these are happy groups, like they're having fun, they're chatting, everyone is participating. It's not like one person is hogging all the power in the group. Everyone is kind of equally enjoying and having fun. So now you have to decide, should I go in group 4 or group 5 or group 6? So how do you pick? You only have, let's say you only have a limited amount of time, and after that you have to go somewhere else, somewhere important. Maybe you have to catch a flight and so on. So how do you decide? Well, this is where the Cosmic Chronicle comes in, and it essentially tells you what to look for in terms of selecting the group or participating in the group. Once you know what to look for, it's a lot easier for you to be able to step into that group, because the last thing you want to do is to go in the wrong group and essentially you run out of time and you didn't get anything out of that party or out of that conference. So there is a video on how I developed the Cosmic Chronicle, and I am going to link that in the comments below as well. So you can watch that video and see how a $900 candle led me to developing the Cosmic Chronicle. So we come to the last point, which is your next steps when you step into any unknown group or party. So I gave you a lot of different things in terms of what to look for, and most of the things you were scanning using your physical senses as well as your intuition. But you were scanning these when you were still at the entrance of the party, because remember, you only have a limited number of time, and after that you have to, let's say, catch a flight. And you want to use your time in the most effective manner. So just by figuring out what the mood of the room is, what the energy of each group is, who is setting the dominant energy in the group and where you need to be involved, you've essentially determined which group you need to be able to step in terms of having a conversation or being a part of that group. So your next step is to be able to practice this skill. So next time when you go to, let's say you go to a party, then you can practice the skill and see how it works out. And the first time you do it, it's not going to be perfect, but you keep repeating it over and over, and soon you will be able to flex your intuitive muscles and be able to gain this skill to be able to know where you need to be involved in terms of stepping in for being a part of the group. The Cosmic Chronicle is going to help you leverage this by kind of aiding or helping your intuition and you having more of a confirmation that you are stepping into the right group. So now that you know how to scan the room energetically and how to walk into the right group, what is the one thing you need to avoid? Well, the one thing you need to avoid is to be connected to energy vampires or to be able to detect these energy vampires up front. These are not vampires with fangs. These are people who are draining your energy. So that is the subject of my next video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.